The things that an olive has to go through for the oil to come out, I mean, it's just madness. But sometimes the only way that the Lord can get the oil out of us is to put us in the pressing place. An olive has to go into a pressing place. It needs to be pressed, like the pressure is intensive. But what comes out of an olive at the end of the day is like so valuable. I mean, olive oil is one of the most expensive oils out there in the market, but it has to go through something for you to be refined, for the stuff that is on the inside to come out. Sometimes we need to go through some trials. We need to go through the pressing place. Hello, friend. Welcome to the podcast with me, Brenda. So as I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking about how when I am going through a trial, I'm so quick to despise it. I'm so quick for it to finish. I'm so quick for me to come out. And I'm just being reminded about how we are in a war. Right now we're in a war, whether we like it or not, it's a war. And we are in the Lord's army. And the Lord is trying to raise up soldiers that are resilient, that can endure, that have got stamina. Like the Lord, honestly speaking, is not trying to raise wimps for his soldiers. He's trying to raise people that are strong, that are going to stand in the front lines. And sometimes the way in which we get strengthened, sometimes the way in which we get endurance and we get trained is through trials. Trials are one of the ways that the Lord will use to 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 strengthen us, to be honest with you, to make us stand, especially in the evil day, to stand, having all that we can do to stand, because we need to be able to stand in the days when we're facing the hard things, when life is not lifing, when things are looking bad. We need to be able to stand, and the Lord will use the hard place. The Lord will use the pressing place, because I mean, if we're being honest, when a soldier is sent to the front lines, nobody takes someone off the street and then sends them to war to go and be in the front lines. The soldiers that are fighting for a country go through extensive training. They go through boot camp. They go through physical exercise. They go through all sorts of, they need to be disciplined in a certain way. And it takes time and it takes training. If you go there and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know strategy, you don't know like way too hard, you don't know what to do, you cannot go there, because you're going to be a liability and you're going to get killed in the line of duty. So we are in a war, and we are the Lord's soldiers, and he needs people that are going to be resilient, people with stamina, people with endurance. And the Lord will use the hard things, the trials of life, the storms, to perfect us into that which he wants to produce. And it now makes sense why in the book of James, we read James 1:2, it says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." So at the end of the day, the Lord is trying to get us to a point where we are perfect, lacking nothing, meaning that life can throw what it wants to throw at us, but we stand based on the truth. We stand based on his ability. We stand based on the history that we have with him. We stand based on what he has brought us through. We can stand and stare that thing in the face on the truth that God is God. And we're not going to retreat, we're not going to surrender. He wants to get us to a point where he is our foundation, that he is our anchor, that no matter what it looks like out there, we can stand knowing the truth of who he is. I'm just receiving an analogy of an olive. The things that an olive has to go through for the oil to come out, I mean, it's just madness. But sometimes The only way that the Lord can get the oil out of us is to put us in the pressing place. An olive has to go into a pressing place. It needs to be pressed, like the pressure is intensive. But what comes out of an olive at the end of the day is like so valuable. I mean, olive oil is one of the most expensive oils out there in the market, but it has to go through something for you to be refined, for the stuff that is on the inside to come out. Sometimes we need to go through some trials. We need to go through the pressing place. So I'm learning not to be quick to despise them, not to be quick to want to rush out of them quickly, but rather to say, Lord, in this pressing place, yes, it's uncomfortable, but what are you trying to do? What are the lessons that you're trying to teach me? What should I know? What do you need me to learn? What are you trying to bring out of me? Because the Lord is trying to bring stuff from you that you don't even know you have. If I'm being honest, I would be lying if I said that I would be the Christian that I am today if I hadn't gone through some hard stuff. The Christian that I am today is because I've had to go through some tough things. There are things that I now can do that I did not know that I could. Outside of the pressing place, I would have never known. He is trying to raise soldiers that are strong, and you can only be strong when you've gone through some things and you've learned some lessons, and now you know not to do that. I must rather do this, and now I've got strategy. When the enemy comes at me with this thing, now I know what to do. Now I know how to stand. All those things will not be revealed if you're always comfortable. I wouldn't be where I am today in terms of my growth spiritually if I hadn't had to fight some stuff. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't know half the things I know now if I didn't face some things. I've had to face a couple of things. And it is through me going through those things with the Lord, because He's always with us. In the pressing place, in the hard place, that is exactly where He is. He's always with you in the teaching you, holding your hand, saying, don't be afraid. I am here. But I'm learning that, there is growth to be found. This is why He was saying, count it all joy, because you are growing as you're being stretched. You are building stamina as you're being stretched. You're building endurance. For you to work with Jesus, if you're working with Jesus properly, you are going to need stamina. If you are working with Jesus correctly, you're going to need endurance. You're going to need patience. And the Lord is saying, I want patience to be produced in you. I want my work in you to be perfect, so that you may be complete, that you may lack nothing, that nothing will shake you, nothing will hold you down. That when you are down, you are able to get up. You know exactly what to tell the enemy. You know how to deal with him. Only after you've gone through some things and come out on the other end. So I wanted to encourage you. Don't be so quick to despise the trials. Don't be so quick to despise the pressing place. Every one of us, every now and then, we have to go through the pressing place. This is how the Lord grows us. This is how the Lord strengthens us. This is how He builds endurance in us. So you cannot fight in the Lord's army and then be all wimpy, like every now and then you are crying, you're on the floor. When the enemy comes, you are down for days. Like He needs us to be strong. When something comes, you face it head on with the strategy that He's showing you, with the things that you've learned, with the truth head on. You look Him in the face and say, listen, A, B, and C. You look the thing in the face and say, you're not going to take me down, because my God is bigger than you, because I've got a track record with the Lord, because look at what He brought me from. Who are you, O great mountain? This is the posture, this is the language of someone that has walked with the Lord, that has overcome some things. Because you need history, you need track record. And you can only get track record with the Lord when you've overcome a couple of things via His help. So I wanted to encourage you, don't be so quick to despise the pressing place. So there's some good things on the inside of you that the Lord is trying to bring out, but it can only come through the pressing. I hope this was encouraging, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.